What's up guys, Tuber Tutorials here, and back with another Photoshop tutorial. Please excuse my tone or how I sound. I'm a little bit under the weather, not feeling too well today, but still gonna put out this video. It's a very simple and easy tutorial, and hope you learn something and hope you enjoy it. So today what we're gonna create is this poster that I did for this fashion company. You know, they were having a fashion show and they wanted to show off some of the Vogue magazines. Vogue magazine is kind of a female fashion, it's a fashion magazine, and they wanted a type of design that showcased three other magazine covers and, you know, the word fashion at the bottom. So I made a simple design and I'm going to show you guys how I created it. It's very easy and it's very simple. Now if you see me kind of pause from time to time, it's because I don't have all the stuff written down, so I have to look on the Photoshop file on my other screen so I can see if I'm missing any steps to make sure you guys get the most accurate steps. Once again, if you want the files, you gotta send me a personal message with your email address stating that you want the files for this tutorial, and you'll get the files, you get the pictures that I use, you get the Photoshop file and the final product. So let's get into the tutorial. So it's very simple, and as you can see, I'm using Photoshop CS6, the beta version. The beta version is out. The download link is in the description, so go download it, check it out. It's pretty much the same as every other Photoshop, but it has 3 new additions to it, and that is the filter. They added 3 new blur: field blur, iris blur, and tilt shift. Now this video is not about these. I'll make a video about them, so just letting you guys know that that's the only new thing. And they added themes, so now you can have a dark theme like this, a light theme, or an even darker theme, so that's pretty good. But anyway, let's get to the tutorial. So we're going to go to File, New, and we're going to make a 1280 by 720 pixel, 72 resolution. Hit OK. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do, as always, is to double click on your layer and unlock it. Alright, and we need to go ahead and leave everything as it is, and we're going to go straight to our text tool. We're going to start off with our text. That is the longest part of this design, is the text. Now the text that I use is Bud Mode Jiggler. This text does not come with Photoshop. You have to, you know, search it. I will try and find it for you guys and give you the link so you can just get it and download it. So once you get your text, you just type in the word fashion. You can't see it because it's in white, so we're going to go ahead and change that. We're going to go ahead and leave it at white. Sorry, we're going to leave it at white for now. Alright. Now we're going to go back to that bottom layer, and we're going to color that layer in black. And now our text is going to be visible. Go to your move tool and just position the text. Control T, your free transformation tool, and kind of, you know, bring it in some more. Hold down the Alt and Shift while you do it, and then just kind of bring this side out some more. Just want it at a good position. I don't want it all the way to the bottom, nor I don't want it all the way to the top. Just a kind of flat, you know, perfectly centered position. That is good. So now we need to customize this, you know, this text. We need to make it, we need to add like colors and, you know, lights in the circles, which is pretty easy, but it's pretty time consuming. So I found the easier way to get it all done very quickly. So the first thing that we need to do is to select a color for the lights. So we're going to make a new layer. Alright. We're going to call that layer light. So we know that we're dealing with the lights. Alright, and then what we need to do now is just to color the circles. Right, color the circles. Now what we're going to do is choose our color first. And I believe I use a kind of lightish orange. Something like that. Alright. Again, you can use any color you want. You don't have to be the same color. Now we're going to go to our rectangular marquee tool. Now what I did was I highlight each circle one by one and then use the brush tool, set the blend mode to screen, use a decent sized brush, and I will color the circles one by one. Now that's going to take forever to do because it's a lot of circles to color. So the easier way to get this done is use your rectangular marquee tool, highlight the entire text. Alright, highlight the entire text. Alright, and then just go to your brush tool. Make sure your blend mode is at screen. And select a good size brush and just color everything. Don't worry about the outsides being colored. Just make sure that you're getting the circles, colored. Alright, so you just color it. Alright, it's the fastest way to get it done. Alright, color the circles. And once you have it colored, you want to get rid of the outside, color. So just switch to your background color and set it to black. Make a small brush. And on that same layer, just color the outsides. And you see, kind of erase those outside colors and sets it back to black. Alright, so just erase all these colors. Alright, see, some of my circles aren't completely colored, but we can get back to that. Alright, just erase the colors from the outside. Alright, erase this part and this part as well. And alright, so now we have some of the circles aren't fully colored, so we can just go back to that foreground color and just color in those circles that aren't, colored. Like this one right here. Right, this one at the bottom is not colored, so we can just fill that in. Alright, so that was pretty quick and pretty easy. Now what we need to do is to color the inside of the circles. Get that like spotlight color thing. Pretty simple. All you need to do is make a new layer, and we're going to color that layer black. Alright. Once that layer is color black, we're going to go to filter, render, and lens flare, and we're going to use the movie prime lens. Alright, we're going to set the blend mode to lighten. Select your move tool, and then you're going to move the light inside the circle. Now it's pretty big, so all you have to do is hold down your Control T, your free transformation tool, hold down the Shift and Alt key, and just resize that to a good size, and just put it inside of the circle. Now it's not that bright, so we need to make it brighter. So all you gotta do is go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness and Contrast, increase the brightness. Alright, you can increase the contrast if you want, and you can also use your levels and increase the white section up some more to make it bright. Alright, and then just position it at a good angle in the circle. So now what you're going to do is duplicate that as many times as you want. Just use Control J and just duplicate as many times, because you're going to fill all the circles. And once you do that, you just move each light. I did it into different circles, like I skipped each circle. Like this one is colored, I will skip this one, color this one, then I will skip this one and color and put it into this one. So I'm going to pause the video and do this because it does take some time. So all you gotta do is just put the lights in each circle, skip out one circle and put it in the other circle. So I'm going to pause the video, do that, and then get back. Alright, so as you can see, I've colored all the circles, and once you do that, you need to add a layer mask because you want to get rid of the streaks. You see, I already got rid of some, but there's still some standing out. So just make a layer mask on that layer and go to your brush and just delete those streaks. Oh, that's the wrong folder. Put it on the, you're going to put it on this folder. I grouped all my lights because there's a lot of them, so I group all of them and put them in a folder and call the folder flare. So to make your layer more, to make your layers panel more neater, so just make a layer mask onto that entire folder and just erase these the streaks from the lens flare. Alright, so all these little streaks that you see, just use it and delete them. Just erase them off. Alright, so you won't have all those streaks. Alright, so now we basically have our text done, but we're not completely finished. We're going to get back and add some more stuff to it. Now the next thing that we need to do now is to do the background. So we need to go back to our background and we need to customize it a bit. So the first thing that actually we're gonna leave the background. We're gonna leave the background for now, and you'll see why. Because we need the covers for the fashion covers. We're gonna need those, and then we come back to the background and the text. So we're gonna go to the folder and we're gonna just drag all these three into Photoshop. Alright, let's drag into Photoshop. Alright, get rid of that. Alright, so the first one that I used, I believe, was this one. So select your move tool and just move that into place. Alright, move that right there. Make sure the top part is at the complete top, and then Control T, just kind of position it, kind of give it a good position, resize it a good bit. Alright, it might not come out perfect because I'm just rushing through it. Close that off, and we're going to drag this one, kind of put that in the center a bit. Control T, bring the top part down, bring the bottom part up, bring it some more. Alright, then we're going to add the last one, which is Beyonce. Bring that to the side, position it, Control T. Alright, and that's good for now. So once we have the three images, now we can go back to our background layer, because we needed this picture right here for the background, because the same color that's on her dress, that's the color we're going to be using for the background. So we're going to go to blending options. Alright, and the first thing that we need to go to is the pattern overlay. We're going to just click pattern overlay, and we're going to just click the satin, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to come back to that later, but we need to click on our foreground color. Make sure your eyedropper tool is selected, and we're going to select this color from Beyonce's dress. Alright, and then hit OK. Now nothing is showing up for now, but it's going to show up eventually. So now we can go back to our blending options. Alright, we're going to set the pattern to hard light. Alright, and we're going to choose this pattern. It's called the when it comes up, the granite pattern, and we're going to set the opacity to 10. Alright, and then hit OK. Let's see, our color still hasn't showed up as yet. I forgot to use the paint bucket tool. We got to use our paint bucket tool and color it. Now we get our color. Now let's go back to the blending options. So we have the pattern overlay set. Now we're going to go to the satin. Alright, and we're going to change the blend mode to lighten, and we're going to use the red color from this dress. For the eyedropper tool, we're going to use the red color from this dress, the darker one, the darker side. I believe this was this one that I used. Yep, that is it. Alright, we're going to bring the opacity to 14. We're going to bring the distance to 7. And we're going to increase the size to 166. Alright, and that's just about good. See if I have everything the way it should be. Alright, and we have the satin that's set. So now we're going to hit OK. Alright, now we have a nice looking blue. Now it's not the same color as what I had in the original picture, but hey, you can use any color that you want. You don't have to use the same color as this. So next thing that we need to do is to now go back to that text and edit that text some more. So we're going to go to blending options. Alright, and we're going to add outer glow. Go to our outer glow first. Photoshop CS6 kind of rearranged them. In CS4, outer glow will be at the top. Now it's at the bottom. Don't know why they choose to do that. We're going to go to outer glow. We're going to leave the blend mode to screen. Change the opacity to 32. Alright, we're going to use a bright yellow. Kind of a brightish yellow. Just about good. Leave the spread at 0 and put the size to 250. Increase the jitter to 100, and now we're going to go to the stroke. They also move the stroke. Stroke is now at the top. And we're going to put the size to 6. Put the opacity to overlay, and we're going to change the color to white and hit OK. Alright, so that's just about all we need, and we're gonna hit OK again. Alright, so our text is good. So now all that's left to do is to edit the magazine covers. And all I used was just image adjustments, brightness and contrast, levels, curves, and exposures. That's all I use for all of them. You know, you can add any amount that you want. You know, just put some brightness, add some levels, make it more darker. Alright, so at this stage you can play around with the adjustments. With the curves, I kind of use the curves according to the picture. This picture has more red in it, so I'll go to the red, make a small S, then I'll top it off with an inverted S on the blue to give it that cool effect. So I'm not going to do all the pictures, you know, because they're all up to you. You can design and add any amount of color and, you know, brightness and all you want. But once we're done that, we need to add some effects to the pictures. So go to blending options. We're going to add a drop shadow, which is now at the bottom in this version of Photoshop. Leave the blend mode to multiply. Put the opacity to 36. The distance 6. The spread 22. And the size 24. And we're going to add, that's just about it. What we're going to add is the drop shadow, hit OK, and then just right click on it, copy layer style, and just paste the layer style on the other two images. Alright, so all that's left to do now is to add the 3 spotlights in the beside the images. I'm just going to put these up some more so the letters will show. Alright, that's good. Alright, so now what we need to do is make a new layer. Select your foreground color to black and paint the whole layer in black. And then go to Filter, Render, Lens Flare. And we're going to use the same lens flare that we used the movie prime. Alright. Change the blend mode to lighten. Select your move tool and just move it right at the corner right here. Control J, duplicate it and move the other one the other side. And we're going to change the opacity on both of them to 83. Alright. And then we're going to add a layer mask to both of them. And just like we did with the text, we're going to erase the streaks. Alright, let's kind of erase these streaks. Add a layer mask to both of them and erase the streaks. And once you've done that, that's just about it. Once if you clean it up, once as you add, exposure and stuff to your images, you can use a different color background that you want. And, like I always say, make it your own. But this is how I designed this very simple poster for this fashion show. So I hope it helped you. I hope you learned something from it. Hope it gave you some tips and whatnot. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, and please like this video. It helps me out a lot. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Tuber Tutorials. Peace out.